everyone should do, because feeling at home in your own body, feeling like you're complete and whole is the best feeling in the world. My name is Alyssa Felt, and I live in Provo, Utah, and I got the 360 tummy tuck with the butt lift, and then the thigh lift as well. Well, I did a lot of research in the States just to basically help my knowledge of what these procedures are and what are the results. But I knew, I was like, it's way too expensive in the States. So I started looking online in Mexico, and I just did like a normal Google search. And I found, I think, 5 different places that I looked at their website. I was looking at all the doctor's credentials. And out of those 5, I reached out to 3. And one of those was the Ariel Center. And during that time, I found that the Ariel Center had an Instagram, and so I went to that. And I didn't know if the other places had one. I didn't find a lot of social media. And I started watching like all the videos, and like Dr. Kuehler was all, animated, and he was talking to the camera, and I was like, oh, he's like a pretty cool guy. And during that time, I got a response from the Ariel Center, and they were just very professional, and they were very accommodating. And one of the other places also got back to me, and it was just very sterile and, just very robotic, it seemed like. And I just didn't like that. I liked how, it was more human here. And I, saw the facilities, and I researched, the doctor himself and his credentials, and I felt very comfortable. And I was like, okay, he knows what he's doing. He looks like a cool guy. He's got all these credentialing background. I feel really comfortable. So yeah, I decided to go with you guys. Yeah, I honestly didn't really have any expectations. I just was like, oh, well, from what I've seen, the facility looks nice, and like the doctor seems cool. But yeah, it exceeded my expectations because everyone was very friendly. They were very accommodating. It was, they kind of knew what they were doing, and I got all my paperwork done. The hard part was just like getting like the Spanish-English translation, since I don't know a lot of Spanish. That was the hardest with all the paperwork I had to do, but I'm pretty savvy, and so I figured it out. But, but yeah, the whole environment here, it's really clean, it's really pretty. Everyone's really nice, everyone's friendly. Like some of the nurses at the hospital that were taking care of me, I felt like we became friends. Like they were chatting with me and joking with me and saying that like, oh, if she faints in the bathroom, it means she doesn't want to take a shower. And because I was fainting a lot, but yeah, everyone was like super friendly and helpful, and it was a good experience. The surgery, I don't remember anything from the actual procedure. I remember waking up, I think it was around 5 a.m. the following morning. And I felt uncomfortable, obviously, but I was mostly like heavily sedated, like still under drugs and whatnot. So I was just kind of out of it. It wasn't until the following day that I had my faculties, back, and I could like really like, oh, this is where I am, and kind of like figure things out. And honestly, I was starting to walk on that second day, and that's when I took my, my shower, and I was able to move. I was very swollen, and so the nurses reassured me, you're going to be swollen. It's not going to be picture perfect how you expect, so just, leave it be, let the swelling go down. And so as far as like the pain, didn't really have any. I think I was only on Tylenol for like pain meds, which was completely fine. I wasn't uncomfortable. I was able to sleep. And I think they did a really good job looking at all my like stitches and whatnot. It was very minimal. It's really low. It's kind of where I was expecting it to be. The only thing was that I had a little bit of pain on my, like right above my right knee. Yeah. That was kind of bothering me actually until really today. It's gone down a lot, and I don't know if that's just because a nerve was hit or my muscle was kind of spasming a bit, but it's practically gone today, which is good, just a week later. But yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'm really happy with the results and just ready to finally be able to stand up straight. In 2024, I've been on this like transformation journey, just in several regards, like personally, relationship-wise, and physically was my biggest one. And I knew, because I was about 310 pounds, and I knew if I could conquer my weight, like I could do anything. And so I set off with, I got, the gastric sleeve in the States, And then I feel like this is kind of like the ribbon on my little present. Like this is kind of like the final thing. You know, my whole transformation, the body I want, that I've always dreamed of having, is like here. And I'm getting married September 2025, and I just can't, I want to get my arms and my breasts done at a later date before I get married. And I just can't wait to just basically be picture perfect. I've always, like, one of my affirmations is just like, I'm a sexy, beautiful woman. You know, I'm a model basically. And so I can't wait for that day when I literally walk out in my, bridal gown, and I'm like one of those bridal magazine models, just coming out. And so I'm really looking forward to just finally having the body I've wanted, and just being completely satisfied and having that self-confidence of, I am beautiful, I am worth it. What's inside is now on what's outside. The few days leading up to my surgery, those like nervous butterflies started to set in, because I just was like, I don't know what it's gonna be like. Like, this is a pretty intense surgery, like my legs and everything. I don't know how it's gonna be walking, but I mean, it's only made me want to get my arms and breasts done even more. I'm like, oh no, if these are all gonna be taken care of, I want these all to be taken care of. I want it to be perfect. I want it to be everything. Everyone should do it, because feeling at home in your own body, feeling like you're complete and whole, is the best feeling in the world.